Pause on freezing temperatures, tracking a weekend of warming ahead.
A fire grows to 5 alarms in Lynn. Now witnesses describing the moment a church burst into flames.
Government jobs are on the chopping block as President Trump issues new executive orders, how new court rulings are speeding up federal firings.
Take a live look outside on your Saturday morning. We have temperatures still in the teens for this Saturday, February 22nd, but it's 8 a.m. Things are also going to be warming up. Good morning, I'm Rondella Richardson.
And I'm Jennifer Egan. Thank you for joining us on the Eye Opener this morning. Kellyanne is here, and Kellyanne, there will be some improvements.
Yes, we're going to slowly start to warm up here. Today, still staying below average, but by tomorrow, we're reaching toward 40 degrees, and I think we could get closer to 50 eventually this week. We're starting off this morning with the chill, as we're down in the teens to just about 20 degrees in Boston, a little bit colder northwest with orange at 5. Wind chill factors in the single digits for most locations, but the wind eases through this afternoon. So as we make our way into the mid 30s, even upper 30s in a few spots today, we hold on to sunny skies, and that should be enough to help with a little bit of melting today of some of the ice that so many of us are still dealing with. It's by later tonight into the overnight hours that clouds stream in and to get a little thicker into tomorrow. So we do start off with more clouds for your Sunday, but it's because of these clouds that our temperatures are not quite as frigid overnight, and that trend continues into the afternoon as we approach 40 degrees. And there's more likelihood for melting in the week ahead. I'll have a look at our warmest point coming up. Jennifer.
Kellyanne, thank you. A quick-moving 5-alarm fire wreaking
On Esty Street and then spread. Firefighters say the wind helped fuel the flames, forcing the evacuation of an entire city block. Crews managed to contain.
Inspections are expected today after a chunk of concrete fell onto cars in the Prue Tunnel. You can see the debris crashing onto moving cars yesterday afternoon. MassDOT says the rapid
Pilot on indefinite leave after he was pulled from his Thursday flight to Paris moments before takeoff at Logan Airport. 33-year-old Jeremy
report for the man accused of murdering United
after a federal judge ruled it can move ahead with dismantling USAID.
And the judge originally blocked the government from putting
President Trump's order to cancel DEI programs. The judge says the government.
If you're taking the Green Line this weekend, most of the route will be out of service. Every station from Arlington.
Major transformation at City Hall Plaza.
A section of the streetscape turned into an urban ski slope. The Eye Opener's Brianna Borghi is live now with a preview for us. Brianna.
Good morning, Jen and Rondella. Red Bull Heavy Metal is making its Boston debut this weekend with some of the top snowboarders from the country set to compete. Just take a look at City Hall Plaza right now, being transformed into a snowboarding park. It will feature rails, stairs, and benches complete with 300 tons of snow that has been shipped in from Loon Mountain. The event will be led by X Games gold medalist and snowboarding phenom Zeb Powell. He has been vocal about making the mountains more accessible to inner city communities, and what better way to do that than right here on City Hall Plaza. The event will be from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. It is free to the public and gates open at 2 p.m. We're live in Boston. Brianna Borghi, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, they had the weather for it. Thank you, Brianna. Well, it's being called the largest crypto theft in history.
The amount hackers managed to steal in the latest hit to the volatile industry, plus a different type of fraud sent straight to your phone, the texting scam targeting New England drivers.
And from Wareham to Ireland, a local teen is taking on the best in the world in the sport of Irish dancing. Meet the local teen balancing international competitions and a 4.0 GPA. Kellyanne.
Rondello, our average high is 40. We're staying below that again today, but we're taking a turn here. Improvements with a little bit of a warm-up. I'll have a look at when we could hit 50.
Scam is now popping up on phones in the Granite State. The New Hampshire Department of Transportation is warning Easy Pass users that the texts are not real. Do not click on the link to try and pay for tolls. They say scammers are using language to make people think that they're facing potential legal action if they don't respond. The same scam text messages have been popping up on cell phones in Massachusetts for months now.
Okay, typically in High Five, we take you to a local high school to meet the outstanding student.
But this week, we're taking you to a school of Irish dance. The Eye Opener's Antoinette Antonio introduces us to a standout teen training for an international competition.
At At the Cicalese School of Irish Dance in Wareham, these dancers are perfecting their steps for their busiest time of year, St. Patrick's Day.
Massachusetts has a rich heritage of Irish people, and so maybe some of the people who get their kids involved, they did Irish dancing as a child themselves.
That wasn't exactly the case, though, for 16-year-old Annabelle Chown, one of the school's top dancers. Irish heritage, yes, but she didn't know anything about Irish dancing at all when she gave it a try at 6 years old. But you could say it immediately clicked.
After my first lesson, I just fell in love with it.
Really? So it took one lesson to fall in love with it?
Absolutely, I wanted to just keep coming to more and more lessons.
Fast forward 10 years, Annabelle is about to compete on a world stage, and it's not her first time.
On April 16th, I will be dancing in Dublin, Ireland at the World Irish Dancing Championships, and this will be my third time competing at this competition. I qualified at my regionals, I came in the top 10%, and I'm super excited.
It takes commitment to get to this stage for both Annabelle and her single mom. Annabelle is in the studio 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, doing her homework during the 2-hour round-trip car ride from Orleans to Wareham. That's how she maintains her 4.0 GPA and her spot on the high honor roll at Cape Cod Tech.
How do you balance it all?
I really just try to do the best that I can do to not over stress.
She's taking that mindset with her when she heads to Worlds in Dublin come April.
Have a nice big smile, try to remain calm on the stage, and you want to have your feet as turned out as you can be. You want to have your legs as crossed and make sure your arms stay nice and tight down by your side.
Easier said than done.
And go
oh, that's not happening.
It's not natural to dance with your arms perfectly straight, legs really kicked up high. You have to have a discipline and you have to really love it.
I love everything about it. I love being able to travel the whole world, see so many cool places. I love seeing all my hard work pay off, and I've met some really great people and I've made some wonderful friendships.
Annabelle Chown, you and the dancers here at the Cicalese School of Irish Dance, get this?
High five! In Wareham, Antoinette Antonio, WCEV News Center 5.
Oh, love watching them. If you have a student in your school who deserves a high five, we want to hear from you. Email your nominations to highfive@wcvb.com. And by the way, we have our own Irish dancer in the house. Check it out.
I've never tried anything like that. Our own Kelly Ann Cicalese. Brooke got the dance shoes. Girl, you still got it.
I know.
Woo!
I'm a little rusty. The shoes were uncomfortable. The whole thing. I'm it's been so many years. So I'm just I felt out of my element.
That's
but, yeah,
showbiz, girl. You nailed it.
It was fun to do it. I'm just glad I didn't fall. Things are getting a little
That's
old.
amazing.
That was live
rickety.
TV, by the way. That was during the 5 p.m. newscast?
5 o'clock
Yeah.
newscast on Wednesday,
Yeah.
yes. And hey, St. Patrick's Day is around the corner, guys. So you could start, warming up now.
Okay.
We
Wanna
would like
join
that.
me?
Yeah, sounds
Sure.
good to us.
All right. Well, we're looking ahead, right? And we're talking about a little bit of a spring taste here later this week. We're making a run toward 50 by Tuesday and look pretty close to that mark as we move toward Wednesday. We're still cool today. Our average high is 40. We're staying in the 30s today, but we get a little closer to average as we head into tomorrow. I'll tell you that 40 tomorrow is going to feel a lot more comfortable. By the way, that 50 that we're forecasting this week, it's the first time that we'll be hitting 50 in 2025. It's been 53 days of us staying in the 30s, 40s, and even the 20s some days. We're feeling the chill this morning. We're down the teens from Worcester up through Nashua, 20 in Boston right now and heading down toward Cape Cod. Single-digit wind chills, but the strongest wind is actually what we're feeling this morning, and it's really not all too strong. We're seeing occasional gusts to about 20 miles per hour, and then as we stretch through the afternoon, wind gusts actually will weaken and will see gusts at their most up to about 17, 18 miles per hour. That's a much weaker wind. And so wind chill factors will not be quite as cold as they have been. We make our way into the mid to upper 30s today. So we do manage to at least cross the freezing point. And we are looking mostly sunny with just a few clouds passing through this morning. So in combination with above freezing temperatures and a good amount of sun, I do think we'll see a little bit of melting out there for today. Now, clouds start to gather tonight into tomorrow. The cloud will act as a shield and keep our temperatures warmer overnight. We're not talking about huge warm up here, but last night we saw single-digit lows in many spots. Tonight, most of us are in the mid-20s, so that's a little bit of a jump here, and that will also set the stage for what looks to be a warmer afternoon tomorrow. Look at this, your Sunday afternoon, nearing 40 degrees for most spots, could get up to 44 in New Bedford tomorrow afternoon. There will be a good amount of clouds, especially in the morning, but I do think we'll see some slivers of sun in the afternoon, so it will be a more inviting outlook as we stretch throughout the afternoon hours. Our next chance for showers is Tuesday, but take a look. We're up to 50 degrees on Tuesday, so it's pure rainfall that we're tracking, and we're kind of in between two areas of rain, so I don't think we'll see much in the way of impactful rainfall on Tuesday, and the focus of that will likely be toward late in the night into the overnight hours. The next chance of rain we're tracking is Thursday. This one looks a little more substantial with the potential for some mixing northwest, but you can see it's out of here as we move into Friday. So overall, it's a quieter outlook here weather-wise, and certainly a milder outlook too. Jennifer Rondella.
Okay, thanks, Kellyanne. 5 on your health this morning, a type of heart attack that almost always affects women.
Here to explain is Dr. Colleen Harrington, director of the Women's Heart Health Program at Mass General Hospital. Doctor, thanks for making time for us this morning.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer and Rondella, for having me. It's a pleasure to be.
8:25 on your Saturday morning. Seeing some clouds passing through, but overall pretty bright outlook for your Saturday, although it is cold out there. We're looking to see some improvements this weekend. We're making our way toward the 30s this afternoon, but most of us are starting off in the teens to just about 20 degrees in Boston at the moment. If you're planning on going skiing, here's your ski outlook. Heads up here. Even though we are crossing into the 30s in southern New England and northern New England, 20s is where we're going to stay. A little bit windier up there too, and I do think we could see some passing flurries late tonight into tomorrow. So if you're heading up toward areas like Killington or even Sugarloaf, don't be surprised by some flurries flying through with your Sunday ski forecasts. You can see down toward Wachusett, just about 36 for tomorrow afternoon. Not bad. Rondella.
Perfect for the skiers. Okay, 2 sisters welcomed 2 babies hours apart, and it was a family affair at South Shore Hospital. Grandma and one of the moms both work at the hospital. The other new mom is a former employee. We are told the newborns Walker and Scarlett are doing great. Despite being born hours apart, the babies have different birthdays. Walker was born Wednesday night, and cousin Scarlett early Thursday morning. Very cute. What a story.
I know. Hopefully they can get a little bit of rest. Grandparents in high demand, I'm sure, with 2 newborns.
Yes, oh yes.
Something.
8:27, a shakeup at the Pentagon after Trump fires some of the highest-ranking military leaders.
Who Trump is nominating to take over at the Pentagon.
You're watching WCVB News Center 5 Eye Opener.
Thawing out the frozen sidewalks, the weekend warmth putting a dent in the icy conditions.
A wind-whipped fire leaves half a dozen people homeless, the destruction and damage after the flames.
Terror in the tunnel with debris raining down on cars. What safety officials are blaming for the Prudential Tunnel concrete collapse.
City Hall Plaza being transformed into a snowboarding park. The competition making its Boston debut.
From Boston to a live look out over Worcester this morning, where it is 14 degrees right now, really chilly. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Jennifer Egan.
I'm Rondella Richardson. That sends like a chill up the back of the neck.
Right.
It's been so cold lately, Kellyanne.
It has. It feels like we're kind of in an igloo here with all the ice on the ground that's kind of just been stuck.
Yeah.
We're finally going to see some of that start to melt and thaw
Good.
here over the next
Good.
couple of days. Yeah, so we're taking a turn. For now, yes, the ice is thick and the chill is strong as we're down in the single digits out toward orange. Most of us in the upper upper teens to low 20s at this hour. We are seeing wind chill factors in the single digits, though, with wind gusts nearing 20 miles per hour. The wind weakens through the afternoon, and as we make our way above freezing with a little bit of sun, we should see a little bit of melting today. We're up to about 35 in Boston, getting closer to 38 in Norwood, 37 up toward Nashua. So it is not going to be a warm day as we stay below average. Our average high is 40, but at least we get above freezing. So we start to make our way toward tonight with more clouds approaching, and it's those clouds that are going to keep our overnight temperatures a little bit warmer. Those clouds will likely stick around into your start of the Sunday. And you can see here with our hour-by-hour forecast, those clouds could produce an overcast sky at times, although we see some slivers of sun as we move through the afternoon. We approach 40 degrees tomorrow, so certainly more in the way of melting, but eventually we're making a run toward 50. I'll have that full 7-day forecast along with some shower chances in our work week. Rondella.
Thank you, Kellyanne. Breaking developments in Gaza this morning. Action as a fire quickly spread to several buildings.
This morning, the fire is out, but 6 people have been left homeless and a church is in ruins. This fire started at about 8:30 after concrete fell onto cars in the Prue Tunnel. You can see the debris crashing onto moving cars yesterday afternoon. MassDOT's highway administrator, Jonathan Gulliver, says the weather is to blame here. The rapid shift from freezing to thawing and then refreezing, causing the concrete to crumble. Gulliver explains water from snow on Huntington Avenue above the tunnel seeped through, refreezing and causing the joint and concrete to separate and the debris to fall.
The tunnel is safe. Again, this was a non-structural portion of the tunnel that the failure occurred in, and it's in an expansion joint, which is about a 4-inch wide joint that allows the tunnel to move as it would through its natural course.
Gulliver says incidents like this are rare and the tunnels are regularly inspected. Fortunately, no one was hurt.
Once the concrete fell, traffic backed up quickly. People ended up stuck, even hearing the debris hit the ground.
A big crash and bang. It sounded like crumbling metal coming out of where the tunnel was.
Very, very nervous, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, great. I don't want to go in a tunnel after debris fell.
Officials warn there could be some more traffic backups this weekend as inspections continue.
The trial is now underway for a hospital worker charged. Joint Chiefs of Staff, Air Force General C.Q. Brown Jr. served in the role for 16 months. The move is part of a targeted campaign. 7 on this Saturday, some major changes on City Hall Plaza this morning as organizers get ready for the Red Bull heavy metal snowboarding event there. The Eye Opener's Brianna Borghi is live now with a preview. Brianna.
Good morning. Red Bull Heavy Metal is making its Boston debut this weekend with some of the top snowboarders from across the country set to compete. Just take a look at how City Hall Plaza is being transformed this morning. The park will feature rails, stairs, and benches complete with 300 tons of snow shipped in from Loon Mountain. We just caught up with the event producer who says they started planning this event a year ago, and he tells us why they chose Boston.
There's such an incredible outdoor enthusiast type of community in Boston. So obviously it gets cold here, as it is today. And we really, when we saw that staircase that goes down from the plaza down towards Congress Street, that's like the ultimate venue for us.
The event will be led by X Games gold medalist and snowboarding phenom Zeb Powell. It's going to take place today from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's free, open to the public, family friendly. There will be food trucks here as well. Gates open at 2 p.m. We're live in Boston. Brianna Borghi, WCVB News Center 5.
Brianna, thank you. A rate cut for regulators not easing the outrage over soaring gas bills.
I believe they can do better than that, and they should do better than that.
Jennifer, look at this. Our map is nice and clean. No storms in our forecast this weekend. I am tracking a few shower chances during the work week as we time a warm up to 50 degrees.
January have been so cold.
Right. It
Below
really
average,
was.
so it's a bad heating season.
Yeah, and I have a feeling our winter as a whole will end up below average by no shock to many of us. I mean, we didn't get out of the 20s on Tuesday. We haven't hit 50 degrees yet this year. So, I mean, it's been cold. I don't need to tell you that. But today, we're staying below average. Our average high is 40. But we are getting above the freezing point. We're reaching into the mid-30s. So with that and a little bit of sun, I do think we'll see a little bit of melting today. But here it is. We're making our way into the 40s to even near 50 by Tuesday. And so a little bit of a change here, shift in the pattern as we stretch throughout the work week. That certainly will be enough to help with some melting of the ice and even some of the snow out there. Although some of us are loving the ice and snow. I absolutely love this picture. This is from Shirley. Katie took this of her husband, Eric, and their little baby Emerson that's kind of tucked in his jacket there. Eric made this massive snowman in Shirley to kind of bring some joy to his neighbors in the area. So I thought this was great. It's huge, and it is certainly a fun way to get through what has been a very wintry time for us. We are down to 14 in Worcester, 20 in Boston, low 20s heading down toward the Cape and Islands. A wind chill factor in the single digits for most spots still. And wind was more of a factor yesterday, but not so much today. We're seeing wind gusts near 20 miles per hour early this morning, but by late morning through the afternoon, our wind continues to weaken, with gusts at most up to about 18 miles per hour. So enough to be a little bit of a stir to the air here, but we're not talking about gusty winds by any means today. We're topping out in the mid 30s to just about 38 as you head out toward Norwood, Nashua up to about 37. And we're making our way through a mostly sunny sky. There are some clouds that are passing through this morning, but you can see there's more breaks in the clouds just to our northwest. Another batch of clouds set to arrive here later tonight after 9, and that's the one that's going to likely stick around into our forecast tomorrow. But overall, your 12-hour forecast here showing some great sunshine breaking through today, especially this afternoon as we make our way above freezing. Here's our timeline for clouds. You can see by 10 o'clock turning a little cloudier here, and it's an overcast sky for most spots tomorrow morning, although I think we'll see some slivers of color with sunrise, especially as you head down toward Cape Cod. We're in the 20s overnight. Doesn't look like a warm night. However, last night we saw single-digit lows for many spots in the teens, and with those 20s, it is a little bit warmer. And so that's going to set the stage for highs approaching 40 degrees tomorrow. I think some of the warmer suburbs could reach to the low to even mid 40s as we hold on to a westerly wind. And although there's a lot of clouds in the morning, the sun will break through at times during the afternoon. We're watching some shower chances this week. The one on Tuesday night looks pretty light and spotty, so I think our best chance for rain this week will actually arrive on Thursday. And overall, it's warmer, 40s to near 50 degrees. For Storm Team 5, I'm meteorologist Ann Cicalese.
Now, here's Josh Brigadier.
It's extra fees for plant-based milk ads to your coffee menu. Okay, the spokesperson, a new release date has been set for the new postage stamp honoring beloved comedian and animal rights activist Betty White.
The Forever stamp will be officially released on March 27th in Los Angeles before being available nationwide. It's based on a 2010 photo of White. The stamp was created by Massachusetts artist Dale Stefanos, husband of our very own Maria Stefanos here at News Center 5. White's family wanted her passion for animals to be part of the stamp too, so Stefanos paid tribute with an earring in the shape of a paw print there. So lifelike.
Can't wait to see it, actually in my hand.
Will be cool. All right, coming up on 8:52, from a streetscape to a snowy slope.
The preparations for the big winter event at City Hall Plaza. We'll be right back. The slopes at City Hall Plaza.
The Eye Openers, Brianna Borghi is live with the event that is bringing snowboarders to Boston. Brianna.
Good morning, Jen and Rondella. Yeah, an unlikely place for something like this, right? But Red Bull Heavy Metal is making its Boston debut with the top snowboarders from around the country set to compete. So check out how City Hall Plaza is being transformed into a snowboard park right now. The park will feature rails, stairs, and benches, complete with 300 tons of snow shipped in from Loon Mountain. The event will be led by X Games gold medalist and snowboarding phenom Zeb Powell, who has been vocal about making the mountains more accessible to inner city communities. And we did speak with the event producer here. He said one of the reasons they chose Boston, aside from the fact that we, are a cold place and we have outdoor enthusiasts here, is the stairs that go from City Hall down to Congress Street. He said he saw those and said those are too good not to skateboard down. So come on down. The event is from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. It's free, open to the public, family friendly. The gates do open at 2 p.m. And a note, if you do come down bundle up. It is very chilly out here, but there will be a lot of things to check out as these snowboarders hit the slopes here at City Hall Plaza. We are live in Boston. Brianna Borghi, WCVB News Center 5.
Brianna, thank you. That can be a cold and windy place.
yes,
You
know
know
that well.
Yes,
Oh
it's like
my
a wind tunnel effect there. So even though it could be pretty calm for most places, all of a sudden City Hall Plaza is just going wild with the wind. So that's definitely a good note there, Brianna. We are sitting in the teens to low 20s right now, and we're making our way toward the 30s this afternoon. It's above freezing for most spots with a little bit of sun today. I do think we'll see some melting, but hello 40s tomorrow and near 50 by the middle of the week.
Yes, we'll see some ground in some areas we haven't seen in a long time.
It's been a while.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kellyanne.
Thank you.
Thanks for starting your weekend with us. Have a great rest of the day. We'll be right back here tomorrow. I hope City Hall has some hot chocolate or something for them, right?
Yeah, I think
maybe
she said there would be
little
food trucks.
bonfire, a lodge maybe? No?